Matt, are you a Breaking Bad fan?
I've only watched the first season. I liked it. I thought it was great. But it's one of those things where I honestly just haven't found the time to put it together to watch the rest of the show. It's definitely on my list of things I want to see, though.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey,
Tom.
Yeah, I'm on my phone internet, so hopefully it doesn't cut out too bad on you guys.
So we hear you okay, but you're just a gray screen.
Yeah, I don't know how to change my picture here.
the gray blob.
Let
Fine.
me see here.
Be the gray Jedi. So we've got news that a secret Breaking Bad movie has been shot and produced and ready to go to be released on Netflix, of all places. Now, for those of you who remember, AMC was the home of Breaking Bad. And so seeing the movie on Netflix is kind of surprising to me, but we've got a trailer here for the actual film that I'm going to play for y'all. Hopefully you can hear it.
I don't know what to tell you. I ain't said like 500 times already. I have no idea where he is. Don't know where he's headed either. North, south, west, east, Mexico, the moon. I don't have a clue. But yo, even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Because I've been watching the news, same as everybody else. I seen that little cage of his they kept him in. I heard about what all they did to him to make sure he kept cooking. So sorry. I don't know what to tell you. No way I'm helping you people put Jesse Pinkman back inside a cage.
So the film is called El Camino, and it's coming out in October, which is only like a couple months away.
An El Camino is a car like a truck.
Correct.
Yes. Now, for those of you who watched the finale of Breaking Bad, you'll know that Jesse drove away in an El Camino. And so this movie apparently happens after the events of Breaking Bad. Now, Breaking Bad is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. It's up there with The Wire in terms of how much I love this TV show. It one of the best written, one of the best directed, one of the best acted, complete stories. Like if you watch it from beginning to end, it really never drops the ball. There are a couple of slow episodes, but for the most part, it's a tour de force. It's one of the best crime dramas I think I've ever seen. And I can't recommend it enough. And when it ended with a couple open questions. And basically, Jesse Pinkman, the kind of younger character who was Walter White's assistant, he had been kidnapped and he was being forced to cook meth for these like white supremacist bad guys. And Walter White goes to try to save him, and Jesse ends up getting away, and he drives away in this El Camino. And this trailer kind of intimates that we're going to find out what happened afterwards. And there's another article here that I'm going to go over with you guys real quick. This is from Uprocks by Ryan Nagelhout. Headline: Aaron Paul says El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, was done filming before many even knew it existed. And they did this on the secret. Like, nobody knew that this was coming out until they announced it, pretty much. And it says, a Breaking Bad movie starring Aaron Paul is really coming to Netflix this fall. And it's a lot sooner than many thought. Fans of the AMC series may have been clamoring for more Breaking Bad content since the show wrapped up nearly 6 years ago. And for years, Better Call Saul has sated the thirst of many. Not me. I think Better Call Saul has been pretty bad, honestly. But that's just my opinion. But a movie, well, that's a different story. We started hearing rumors about the film late last year when a New Mexico newspaper caught wind of a mysteriously named movie shooting in the desert, a location well known to Breaking Bad fans. But in an interview with the New York Times, Aaron Paul, who will star in that movie, El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, says that the film was in the can well before anyone cracked the code that something big was going down. Paul told Dave Isikoff in an interview that was published on Saturday that El Camino was done months before anyone, not even Bob Odenkirk, had previously suggested. And Bob Odenkirk, of course, plays the character of Saul Goodman, and he's the lead actor in Better Call Saul. The movie had already happened and was in the can, Paul said, mentioning the Albuquerque Journal reporting about a movie codenamed Greenbrier last year. It was done. This is significant because only recently did people realize the movie was even finished. The announcement that the movie would drop in October was already a considerable surprise, but Paul's claim that the entire movie was made in secret with no one realizing it even existed until the filming had wrapped. And how did Paul avoid attracting attention despite hanging around his old digs? Well, he simply said he was working on an indie in New Mexico. If anyone asked him what he was up to during the time, Paul explained, I just said I was doing a small indie out in New Mexico, and that was it. No one second guessed it. He added, I definitely had people asking, are you going to do Better Call Saul? And I go, hey, man, I wish I was, but they're on hiatus right now. So, guys, how do you make a movie in secret? How does that happen? Tom, do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, usually it's not that, I wouldn't say it's necessarily difficult to make a movie in secret, but when it comes to like properties like this that are so popular, it is kind of surprising. But he did say he also kind of got caught, and it does sound like some people were putting two and two together there a little bit. To go back to your initial thing about the AMC deal, this is probably a deal made because I'm sure if Breaking Bad was on Netflix, it was probably a huge, draw on Netflix. So I'm sure Netflix said, hey, how would you like to make a movie for us? And gave him a buttload of money. That's probably what happened. And this is kind of, and this is not the first time that Netflix has kind of pulled something like this. Remember the whole deal on the Super Bowl for JJ's movie?
Cloverfield 3.
Yeah. So this is like the second time now they've kind of like dropped a movie without anybody knowing it was coming. The Dolomite movie kind of almost came out of nowhere too. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know like it was done already. That was the thing. It's like I just started hearing about it and all of a sudden, oh, bam, we got a trailer. So I think Netflix has been really good at being able to keep the wraps on a lot of their productions, it seems like, especially if they're the ones who are heading this up. Otherwise, they're just funding these things and people are just doing a really good job at keeping, tight lips. And that's not a bad thing, because usually if there's tight lips on a production, that means everybody's happy and they don't want word to get out. They don't want surprises to get out. That's usually a good sign.
I think this is a good move for Netflix because you have lots of very devout Breaking Bad fans out there who would sign up just to see this movie, probably.
Right.
Sure.
If I didn't belong to Netflix, I'd be like, yeah, I want to. I'll pay like for a month to see this movie.
Well, it's kind of like the Deadwood movie. I mean, somebody was nice enough to give me a month of HBO to watch it, and it was like I would have probably done that anyway if they hadn't, just so I could watch that movie. So I could see this being the same way. I've unfortunately not had a chance to sit down and watch Breaking Bad. I've had so many people tell me about it. It's just one of those shows I haven't had a chance to watch. And I was like, oh, I'm going to wait till it's done. And then when it got done, I just never got around to it.
It comes with my highest recommendation.
Yeah, everybody recommend. I have not heard one bad thing about the show, really, outside of the one episode that Ryan Johnson filmed. Everybody says that's probably the worst one.
Yeah, he actually filmed 2 episodes, and The Fly.
The Fly one, yeah.
A lot of people praise that one. I was like, that was one of the most boring episodes of the series. So I don't know.
Brother.
I think there are 5 seasons. The first season is really short. It's only 6 episodes.
I watched the first 2 seasons in. So
it's possible. It's possible. Yeah. But I would recommend you check it out. Matt, what do you think of the secret Breaking Bad movie?
In this day and age, I'm impressed that nobody knew about it with the way social media and everything works. I mean, there's no secrets really these days, unless, with the risk of getting your hand chopped off or something at the studio, like these people are. But I'm super impressed. Nobody didn't know anything about this. So
I'm actually Aaron Paul, after he finished Breaking Bad, his star was kind of on the rise because of his association with this great TV show, and he kind of tried to break out into feature films with Need for Speed. He was the lead actor in that video game adaptation, and that didn't do too well, and so he's kind of gone back to TV. And, he's going to be, I guess, one of the headliners in the new season of Westworld coming up on HBO. And that didn't get a whole lot of attention. That was something else that was kind of like on the down low. and now he's kind of returning to Breaking Bad. So it's kind of interesting to see him, see the trajectory of his career post Breaking Bad. And we haven't seen much from Bryan Cranston either, but he was so good in that show that everyone wants him for his stuff, and so he's been kind of picky about what he's been doing. And I'm actually wondering if he's going to be involved in the movie in any way, shape, or form, considering how we left his character in the series. So all that stuff's still up in the air. But definitely try and watch these and then watch the movie, because I think that there's a potential here for like a whole Breaking Bad universe, because you got Better Call Saul, and you have all types of this criminal underground that the series has established, and it's just so ripe for other series and other movies. I think it could potentially be its own little cinematic universe almost.
Cool.
Yeah. So Thomas Berg says you're in for a treat if you haven't seen it yet. You're going to see it. So Thomas knows what's up. I would highly recommend that you guys check that out. But I'm pretty impressed with Netflix's ability to just kind of stay on the down low and then drop these things on us. They're going to need that going forward, with the streaming wars, I think. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. I hope you got a lot out of it. And remember, if you want to support the channel, please check us out on the socials. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Matthew Kadish. You can also find our discussion group over on Facebook at eggfbgroup.com. That's eggfbgroup.com. Takes you right to our Facebook discussion group. And if you'd like to help support the channel, check out my books over on Amazon.com. You can find them by going to kadishbooks.com. That's KADISH books.com. And as always, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time we upload a new video for more movie, TV, and entertainment news and analysis. This is Matthew Kadish. I'll catch you guys later.